Hello everybody, Tusk01 here. Welcome back to Doki Literature Club. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent me. Well, she wants you to read it. You know, she got it for you. And she clearly wants to talk about it with you. So we can build a common interest type of thing. We can learn about each other and whatnot. And if I don't end up being a reader, you know, it's nice to partake in someone else's hobby a little bit. You don't have to be crazy about it, but it's nice to share. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. Senpai? She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh. It's fine. Great, you just made her feel bad. That it was like, oh, he didn't notice me or no special type of attentions or some things. Like, aww. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Are you dense, Albert? How dense are you? I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed when it comes to these kinds of interactions, but I can clearly see this. This is screams a picture. She digs you. She's trying to do a thing. Why she has copies? Because she bought two of them. So you both can share in an experience. Well, when I stopped by the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. You don't just happen to do so because you picked it out. You know you had two. Ah, I see. That's a lie. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go because I'm an idiot. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. I like relatable. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, read it and find out. Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. This book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. Outlast? Am I gonna be the wall writer? I need to play that game for myself. It is so good just when I've watched Let's Play of it. Ugh! I need to play that. I didn't care so much for the second one though. I don't know. But the first one, oh yeah. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she decides, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so the dark turn came from nowhere. Aha! Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Albert? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? A little bit, but that's something that's kind of cool is when people can take the idea and just kind of really give it that thoughtful overview of it and just be like, whoa, there are so many details in this thing that I didn't think about. Like the stuff that she was explaining. I can't critically dissect anything I really consume. I just enjoy the experience and go for the ride, go for the story, and I can, critique it here and there. When I'm like, here's what I like, here's what I don't like, this was a thing, and that wasn't a thing, and whatnot. But that kind of thinking about a piece of work, no, and I'm kind of glad I don't, because I think that would take away from my own experience in enjoying that. But I don't know, because I can't really do it myself. Excuse me. What can I really say about it? I just think it's cool that, there's people that can do that. Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. Okay. Well, if we're gonna start a thing, if we can be cool and just lay things out on the table, get our expectations set on what's been going on, then alright, that's cool. I can appreciate that. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. Okay. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Okay, so she was trying to make it a little bit... I guess we're gonna go for a little more, but I guess we're gonna generalize it. That's true. She didn't mean it like that. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright. Is it fine it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in the company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. Well, you are going to be distracting her. But it's gonna be a good thing. We're doing things. We're reading. Just hanging out. I opened the book and started the prologue. Then I fell asleep. The end. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, and then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my arm's in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yay! Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page? Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I am ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. You only known Yuri for what? Less than 12 hours? Literally? That's quite a presumption. Even though her initial interactions with you in this time frame was like, yeah, she apologizes quite a bit and whatnot. She can get distracted, things, but it's like, you're being kind of bold right now. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri made time for a moment. That moment is going to last quite a while because I'm out of time. So I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Let me know what you guys think. So far, nothing weird. But something tells me that the weirdness that I've heard is in store. But, hey, no one spoil it for me. Because I hate spoilers. Spoilers are terrible. Evil, even. But until then, thank you everyone for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!